Before we start, don't forget to share, like and subscribe for great new content. Buildings, they're everywhere, and New Zealand has a few iconic ones, but surprisingly for a new country we've also got some old ones. That's why this week we're looking at New Zealand's oldest buildings. New Zealand's oldest church is also the oldest building in the country still used for the purpose it was built for originally. Built in 1836, the church underwent some architectural changes in the 1870s, but was built with the hopes of promoting equality between settlers and Moldy, with all citizens to be given equal rights of burial. The graveyard is the final resting place for a number of tribal leaders, as well as New Zealand's first surgeon and the first consul to the United States, and the site has been visited by the Queen and Sir Charles Darwin, almost 135 years apart from each other. A boarding house for schoolboys, a general store, a wheat store, a military stronghold and an army barracks. Since it was built in 1836, the stone store has had many roles in Kerikeri. New Zealand's oldest stone building, it was made around the same period as a lot of the other Bay of Island colonial buildings that appear on this list, being the first place European settlers landed when they first came to New Zealand. The stone store was made of sandstone imported directly from Australia and originally included a belfry, with one owner also trying to add iron bars which caused some damage to the building. Papawai Marae was the site of the Kotahitanga, the Moldy Parliament in the late 1890s, a focal point to a movement aimed to petition Queen Victoria to stop land sales of Māori land in a way that was inclusive with the New Zealand Parliament and the European settlers at the time. From 1885, a large amount of redevelopment work took place in the marae, costing nearly £40,000 that modernised the property, but in 1904 the marae lost its leader. In his honour, several tōtara teko were raised facing the marae instead of out from the marae, representing peace instead of looking for enemies. In the mid-1980s, work began restoring on the marae to its former glory. New Zealand's second oldest building dates back to 1832 and was the centre place of a very British farmland area designed to showcase how the English worked the land. The site itself is notable because it was here that the Bible was first translated into Māori, and also where in 1835 Charles Darwin spent Christmas. The mission originally had 3 wooden houses, a flour mill, blacksmith, printery and church, of which only one of the 3 houses still stands today. Predating the signing of the Treaty of Waitangi by 20 years, Mission House in Kerikeri is the oldest building in New Zealand. Built by Māori sawyers and Christian missionaries on land bought in 1819, it would take 3 years until the building was completed. In the late 1970s, the then owners of the property, the Kemp family, gifted the site to the New Zealand Historic Places Trust. Listed as a Category 1 site, the Trust returned the building to its original look with a few changes and is now used as a museum.